Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dead Ironing. Actually, we see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhollow today. Actually, forgot what the words were for a second there. You'll probably be able to tell from whatever title I titled this episode, but today is a very late episode of Animal Crossing because I was busy for most of the day. Which we'll get onto in a bit. So today it's not going to be a Happy in Paradise customization, but because tomorrow is a bank holiday here in the UK, I will probably be doing a Happy in Paradise customization tomorrow, or maybe not. We'll see how it goes. You know, so sometimes I skip out days, sometimes I don't necessarily mean to, but it's often times I just time gets away from me, you know. Good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 9:55 p.m. on Sunday, August 28, 2022. Last fireworks show of the year is going on right now. Hope everyone makes some summer memories. So, because it's the last fireworks show of the year, I think it's pretty good timing to actually go ahead and participate in these. I actually forgot to take some this today, so hold on. Actually, I should probably just pause this. Hold on. Alright, and I'm back. So the fireworks show is going on. I don't know if anything particularly special is happening, but we might as well talk to our fellow Fawnhollow villagers and see what's going on, because it'll be a little bit of fun, because we haven't actually participated in, I don't know if we actually participated in fireworks last year or something, which is a bit of a shame, so we'll participate in them this year. Basically, I was busy most of today because I went shopping. I spent a lot of time going shopping, going through like clearance bins. Well, not clearance bins. Well, okay, not just clearance bins, but going through all the shops and whatchamacallit, just to sort of see what was going on. I went through a load of different shops, tried to find some shoes as well. And you might be like, "Hey, darling, there's like summer sales already over, and there's no winter sales right now. Why are you going shopping?" Don't worry, that's the lead-in. That's why I went to the clearance sections of the shops to get like good deals on cheaper clothing and that sort of thing, because you gotta be sort of like economically conscientious. I wonder what happens actually when we sit here. Does Nook take over the job? Nook does not care. Okay, fair enough. I was gonna consider recording in the morning when I was like, no, I'll have time when I come back home. And when I went to come back home, I was gonna take a train, and then turns out trains weren't running. So that was pretty not great on my behalf, which made me return home far later than I expected, and then I had other stuff to do. So as it turns out, here we are recording an Animal Crossing episode at almost 10 p.m. and I am just a bit too tired to do an Happy in Paradise right now. So we're not going to. Instead, we are going to talk about whatever. Hello, Fauna. I'm having so much fun. I wasn't sure you'd be able to hear me over fireworks, but maybe I overdid it though. We might as well talk to all our villagers, because why not? We don't often get to talk to them all too much during this sort of time. And it is absolutely bizarre, the fact that in Animal Crossing New Horizons especially, that all of the villagers decide to gather in front of a town hall. Resident services, where there's a giant resident services building in the way, preventing you from really seeing most of it in the first place. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's taken a photo of fireworks they ended up liking it. No, that's not true. I ended up taking a photo of fireworks. I can't remember what these fireworks were, but I took one of my really good friends from school from it to it as well, with some family friends or something. Took a picture. That was my phone background for like 6 years or something. Still, I was told Nook phone had a fancy camera of some type, so maybe it's worth trying to snap up a few. We're going to talk to everyone. Can you imagine what fireworks show? What? Can you imagine watching a fireworks show from up in the sky? Oof, I'm getting dizzy thinking about it. Like when I run in circles at top speed to train my turning muscles. Whoa, they're just rocking that sky. What a show, boo. Okay, we're just going to talk to everyone, and we'll just sort of sit and watch the fireworks, and we'll just talk about whatever. At times like these, I'm always just taking mental pictures. I just want to remember this forever. I might have to delete some mental pictures of my designer jeans to make room. My brain's almost full. So yeah, we're going to have a very casual sort of Animal Crossing episode, one of the rare ones where we just sort of sit here and talk, because I cannot be bothered to really do anything else, because it's been a busy day, to be perfectly honest. I've been thinking of basically sort of moving the New Horizons Animal Crossing slot to much later. Oh my god, I didn't mean to pick up. Much later in the day. Normally right now I record it somewhere between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. It kind of, depends exactly on how my day lines up. But because, like changing circumstances and all that, it might end up being something I might end up recording like super late, like 7 p.m. or something. And, you might be like, why don't you just sort of drop the series in its entirety? Maybe at some point it will, but I don't really have any intention of doing it yet, because I do like playing Animal Crossing. I do like having just sort of like a singular game, just to be like, okay, I'm gonna oh my god, unwinding. I say as I proceed to pick everything up, which I didn't mean to. It's nice to have a game just to sort of unwind and do, you know, whatever you really want in. It's, you know, sort of like not no holds barred, but like you don't have to take too seriously or anything. Things just sort of happen around you, and that is the Animal Crossing way. Yeah. So don't be surprised if in the near future I end up shifting Animal Crossing to a later slot, because it will probably end up being a lot more convenient for me, as the case may be. But we'll run up here next to Amelia's house just to get some good look at the fireworks, and then I don't know what we'll talk about. I guess I could talk about my day. Oh, hold on. Amelia's out and about. What you got to say to this, Amelia? Goodness, is something wrong with my face? Why are you looking at me like that? Ah, I know. It's the light from the fireworks. It makes my eyes and face glow, no? Well, you go right ahead and stare if you like. I really can't blame you, dearie. Yeah, so I went shopping today because I needed to get some new clothes. It's been a while since I've actually gone, like, properly clothes shopping and all that. And honestly, I quite enjoy clothes shopping. If not for the fact that, you know, you had to spend real life money to actually buy the clothes in the first place, I would spend a lot of time doing shopping. But it's sort of like redundant now. A lot of people just sort of do online shopping. And I'm kind of one of those people because online shopping is just way more convenient for one, and two, it's sort of like online shopping. Not only is it more convenient, you can see more things at once, and also they have all the sizes available to order at once compared to in store where they only have whatever their stock is. It's sort of like I'm not going to say it's antiquated, because there is sort of like still a niche for going in person to go shopping, because, you know, it's a sort of a the most important thing about going in stores, you get to actually try the clothes on before you buy them, which is good, so you can check if things are your size and whatnot. I mean, that happened today. Like, normally I wear like size 12, but then I was like, oh, this thing is super cute, but it's a size 10. I don't know if I can wear it. Tried it on, still fits me fine. Turns out I'm somewhat in between size 10 and size 12, which is, you know, it is pretty reasonable. If you don't know me, I'm actually quite tall. I'm like 181 centimeters or something like that. So that's why. But you can try things on, which is probably one of the most important parts when it comes to actually, you know, buying clothes themselves. But once you know the size you are, you can kind of just order it online, especially with how easy it is to return things nowadays. It's not. I'm not going to say there's no point in going in store. It's really convenient to buy online, especially because you can, one, see everything, two, all sizes are available, and three, you can see more like things which are on sale. Oh, actually, that's a caveat there. Online, there's often a lot of sales being like promotions and whatnot, but there is stuff in store where you can go to like clearance bins or whatever, where it's like, okay, you know, these clothes have been here long enough, we kind of need to get rid of them, we're just going to sell them for some really low price. Or it's been like, oh, these people have returned these clothes already, it's up to, you know, we're not going to have any liability of like trying to figure out if these clothes are like up to standard or not. We're going to leave it up to you, and then you go to the bin and be like, whoa, this is like 20% of a price or something. You look at it and be like, it's fine, and then you just take it yourself. Up to you, really. But yeah, that's a big benefit that going in store has. And yeah, I mean, I feel like going shopping makes most sense when there's actually like summer sales or winter sales or any like particular sales going on at the moment. It makes most sense. I suppose you also had to be sort of aware of the fact that a lot of businesses also do the thing where, well, actually, I'm not sure if they're legally allowed to anymore, but they might do the thing where it's like, oh, it's on sale right now, but then it's sort of just like, original price was like 150% of a price what it actually was, and then it'd be like, on sale, it's like 33% off or something. I mean, it's just the original price is the sale price, quote, but because you think it's on sale and you think it's worth a lot more, you're like, whoa, I gotta buy this right now. I forgot what else I was going to say. Probably my nose is quite stuffy, I had to keep blowing it, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, it happens. Certainly a bad thing with having so many people about is the fact you're much more likely to catch a cold or something. I mean, like all those people in confined space. Sorry, it's like, I keep muting myself because I was blowing my nose. Which is just sort of how it goes. I mean, whenever it's actually one of the major reasons why people get more sick more often in winters is because it's colder. People tend to stay indoors around more people more often, which is actually why people tend to think it's like, oh, it's due to like my immune system slowing down or something in the winter, which is true to a certain extent, but most of the time it's actually just because A lot, or not most of the time. A lot of the time, it's just because you'll be around people, and then it's a lot more. It's a lot easier for like things to spread that wise. And I went to a shopping centre. It was quite a busy shopping centre. As I said, tomorrow's a bank holiday in UK, which we don't know is basically like random days get. It's basically, I think, when a public holiday falls on the weekend, to give people like an extra, because people would technically lose out on that extra day holiday. They move it to like the next Monday or the Friday before and be like, oh, it's a bank holiday. I don't know if it's a thing in other countries, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a perfect time, I suppose, to go to the store. A lot of families especially go to the beach at that sort of time, go on like small holidays located within the UK, because it's a sort of nice timing to do so. You've got a long weekend where parents have a lot more time to sort of play around with, well, depending on your profession, of course. But I went to a shopping centre and it was pretty quiet in the morning, and I had ample time to go sort of peruse the shelves myself. And then, it was lunchtime and I was like, what am I going to eat for lunch? Going to have Five Guys, which, yes, it does exist in the UK. It's actually, I would say it's my favourite food from a fast food chain, but not all my friends think the same, and it is quite expensive, so we don't go there very often. But I was by myself, so I was like, I'm going to get Five Guys, why not? You might be like, what do you get? I got a little cheese and bacon burger, because I always get the little burgers, because I'm just going to say it, if you haven't been to Five Guys, the definitive thing about them is their portion sizes are huge. They're absolutely massive. I'm not going to say for no reason, but they're far too big for me. So I got a little burger, and I was like, I like cheese, I like bacon. Let's treat myself. I haven't been here for ages. Let's get a cheese and bacon burger. And then I ordered regular fries. Number one mistake. Should have ordered little fries. I forgot how many fries actually come with it. Because it's a weird thing with Five Guys is they give you a cup full of fries to begin with. And these cups are pretty decently big in the first place. And then, for whatever reason, they get like another like cup full of chips. Or fries, sorry, and we just dump it in your bag as well. So you're basically getting like a double serving or whatever that cup size is for your fries. And I forgot about that, so I was like eating my chips quite happily from a cup, and then I looked into the bag and I was like, whoa, there's so many chips in here, and I forgot. Last time I came here, I ordered regular fries. Went, this is far too many fries. I should have ordered normal. And every single time I go to Five Guys, which is not very often, I think it's been like 2 years since I last went to Five Guys. I always forget. But yeah, should have got that, but Five Guys was nice. I should have tried a hot dog. I was actually really considering it because they had burgers and the hot dogs, and I was like, I wonder if I should try the hot dog. But I was like, no, let's treat myself. Let's have something I know I like, and that's a burger. But I kind of regret it now. I should have tried a hot dog so I could see what it was like. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Five Guys. I went shopping after Five Guys, and especially I went to go to a few shoe shops because I have abnormally wide feet, which makes it very difficult to find shoes. So I had to go to like a few shops, be like, hey, what's like the widest shoes you have, etc., etc. Trying to buy some, but the shops were insanely busy because, of course, right now it's 28th of August. The UK, or I don't know if it's about other schools, but other countries, but in the UK, the school season is about to start. Like primary schools and secondary schools are going to be, summer holidays almost over. So a lot of kids and families were out, I suppose, taking advantage of this bank holiday, buying things like school uniforms, school supplies, and especially school shoes are a very important thing. And you might be like, why is that the most important thing? Well, the thing is, school supplies are like abundant everywhere. There's so many shops which sell school supplies, and a lot of the time your kids will probably have school supplies from the year before. But school uniforms, often you actually need to go to a specific place to buy the school uniform. At least in primary school, our primary school actually like stocked them for us, but in secondary school we had to go to a separate shop which stocked a load of different schools like school uniforms, and that's where we had to buy like specific blazers, other things like that. Actually, I'm not sure if we actually bought a specific blazer. I think I bought a generic blazer, and then I like sewed on the logo, our school logo or something like that. I feel like that was quite a common thing. I honestly can't remember. It's been years and years, but still. But school shoes are generic enough that they don't have specialist shops which you go to and be like, hey, these are the school uniform shoes. You have to buy them only from this store. You can only... I'm going to be honest, everyone just goes to Clark's to buy these school shoes. And even I went to Clark's when I was younger. And often, because kids grow quite quickly, shoes do need to be replaced quite often. And I don't know. buying shoes is a pain for me right now, but I know my size. I'm like 7F or something, 7G-ish. I can squeeze into a 7E if need be, but it's a bit more of a nuisance than it really needs to be. A lot of times I instead buy a shoe size up and then I put insoles in. That's my pro tip for you there. If you are someone who has quite wide feet like I do. But I remember going to Clark's, especially to buy shoes when I was much younger, and it's always a really wild experience because obviously, you know, when you're young, you don't know what your shoe size is. You had to go there, you had to go like take a ticket, you had to get an attendant or whatever, a shoe clerk, to come to you and help like measure your shoes and find some shoes which would actually fit you properly. I mean, you're a kid, you don't really know what's going on, so it's all new and exciting. In the same way that an airport is quite exciting when you're a kid and probably less so when you're an adult. And one thing I do remember is the first time I went to Clark's, or at least one of my earliest memories of going to Clark's, is the fact that they had like the shoe measuring device. It was basically, it's sort of like a ramped seat where with a giant ruler on the front of it, where you rest your heel on this little like nook, and then it's got like this ruler part which moves up and down and it pushes. They adjust it so it like just touches the top of your toe, and then they can see your shoe size and that they should figure out your shoe width. But I remember the third or fourth time I went to Clark's, or maybe it wasn't Clark's, it might have been a different shoe shop, I honestly can't remember. They had this new like technology, which I thought it was like a scale, because it had like, you know, the shoe prints, you know, if anything, kind of like a science museum sort of a machine, but it had like the shoe prints on like a raised platform, and like the handlebars which you're like meant to hold on to in the screen or whatever. And I was like, this must be like some newfangled scale they got in the shoe store, which makes no sense. No, it's an electronic shoe size measuring device. I don't really know what you'd call it. I don't know if they still have them actually. The Clark's I went to didn't have it, but maybe in larger stores they do, or larger chains they might do. But I remember I got to try it and it was super exciting, and I remember trying it and being like, wow, my shoe size is like 4H or something. My shoe sizes back then were incredibly wide, so much so that a shoe clerk probably went, I don't really know what to do about this. I don't know what to do when, you know, a child has unimaginably wide shoes, wide feet for no apparent reason. Like, I don't know why I have wide feet. I think it's a genetic thing, to be perfectly honest. But is it a nuisance? Honestly, yeah, I would say it is a nuisance, but it's a give and take, you know. Would I rather have wide feet compared to, you know, having like a not weirdly shaped body, but more like less common body shape or something, which makes it difficult to buy clothes? I don't really know actually what's more annoying. The thing is, with a normal body shapes, it's a lot easier to, you know, buy clothes and then get them tailored if you particularly want to, or a lot of times now clothes chains have different body shapes in mind, so you can get like tall clothes, you can get petite ones, you can get like curvy, you can get like other things, regular fit, slim fit, etc, etc. So, you know, at least it's not a big scale, you know, it's only like a 5-point scale, but still it's more than something was, I guess, more like a 3x3 scale, but you can't go into the corners. I don't really know. Well, at least there's like a load of different clothes sizes. The thing with shoe sizes is they have regular fit, and then they have wide fit, which is only one the shoe size fitting system goes from A to H. In the UK, at least I know of. The width of the shoe. The numbers go up, like however large you want to go, I suppose. But normally most people are somewhere within like 3 to 12, I would say. But the width goes from like A to H. But for whatever reason, you know, the shoe stores, they only sell shoes in D, and then sometimes they'll sell them in E. That's only 2 out of like the entire width scale of the entire shoe size, and that's not good enough coverage. And you know, you can even go up to the shoe clerk and be like, hey, do you have this like in B, C, A, or in my case you get F, G, and H? They don't have it. They don't. They have regular fit. They have wide fit. Very, very rarely they'll have extra wide fit. But even then, that's like an E size instead of an F size or whatever. And it's just like, what? Well, if we have so many different variations now of clothing sizes and that sort of thing, we can do the same for shoes. I can't imagine people's shoe size are so normalized compared to people's clothing size. I mean, okay, maybe that's not entirely true, but like you would have thought they'd have like slim fit shoes or like wide fit shoes. Like, I guess I just kind of want people to sort of deal with it and buy like insoles which match the shoes, or which like add padding exactly where it needs to be. It's just like, it's really annoying. I got to be honest. I don't really know what you can do about it necessarily, but I just basically wish there was a better sort of option, especially with things like shoes. Well, I mean, I don't really buy high heels or pumps because I'm quite tall already. If I bought high heels, I would be even taller, which is a sort of a blessing and curse. One, I kind of like the style of high heels. I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't, provided I didn't have to wear them like all the time, if I could wear them for like a party or something like that, I think they're quite fancy. So it's a shame that there aren't really ever high heels on my shoe size, which is a shame. But on the plus side, I don't have any expectation to, because I'm really tall in the first place. People are like, you don't need to wear high heels, you're so tall. Well, there's literally no point, or not no point in doing so, but like, I don't know, I guess it'll be kind of intimidating in a certain degree. So there's no, I can get away with just like wearing loafers or things like that, and it's perfectly fine. But I don't know. I guess it's, comes down to, again, it's not so much about having one or the other being good or bad. It's more like having the choice is really what makes things feel better. But, not having that choice taken away from you feels bad in almost every case. So what can you really do about it? I suppose you could go to a specialist shop, get specially created clothes, not shoes, which fit your exact shoe size. I don't really know. There's not many options, but yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, right? We have such a range of shoe sizes, but then we don't support them in the clothes we sell. Like, we have a dress size system, of course, in the UK, and we have anything from, like, size... I think it goes down to size 0. I've never seen size 0 in the shop, but mostly it goes down to size 4, I see in the store, up to, like, size 28 or something is the largest I've seen. And then you have, like, other factors as well. You have, like, a short, petite, short, long, or petite and tall, depending on what clothing item it is, and then like slim, and then I don't know what they call the opposite of slim, but whatever that is, and regular. We have a nice adjusting scale of 5 here, and then even more so, I suppose, with other clothes. You might, I can't really think of a good example off the top of my head, but other clothes have, much more finer sort of like sliding scales depending on what they need. We need to have for shoe sizes. Why aren't there? And I guess it's because shoe sizes aren't very standard, because the shoe shape actually matters quite a lot as well. You might have something which is like a 8H or something, but, it might not fit someone who thinks they're size 8 because of the way that the shoe shape like sort of bulges out. Maybe it bulges out a lot more in the middle to make it H, but then like near the toes it becomes more of a G or F, which, if someone has a much more sort of like top heavy, I don't know if it's top heavy, but like splayed out fit print, I couldn't think of a word, then it might not fit properly. It's a real shame. I also remember, like, one time I was out shopping with, like, 2 of my good friends, and we saw this really cool looking shoe, and I don't know why I remember, but I'm pretty sure it's a Pharrell Williams, like, Happy shoe, and you might be like, Pharrell Williams Happy, but, like, it was a really cool looking shoe, and let me see if I can find it, actually. It basically looked like a shoe, but it was kind of, like, tie-dyed, but I think it came out around that time, and it was that sort of promotion, and it was really colourful. It basically looked like it had splotches of colour. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can. It's pretty old. And we saw it and we were like, hey, we should buy these shoes and get them in like different colours. Like one of us will get, and like I'll get the pink one, my friend will get the yellow one, and my other friend will get the blue one. It'd be awesome. Thing is, they have both very big shoe sizes. I have quite small shoe sizes compared to them. So I was like, hey, do you have this like in shoe size 7? And I was like, sorry, the smallest it goes is 8. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, hey, do you have this in shoe size whatever? I can't remember. Or they said 12. And we were like, no. And we were like, the shoe brand sucks. Sorry, Pharrell Williams. You didn't cover enough shoe sizes. You lost out on some sales because we couldn't buy them in the shoe sizes we have. Anyway, so that didn't happen, which is a real shame because I actually really like what the shoes looks like, and I actually can't find a picture from the Google Images. So maybe they weren't Pharrell Williams shoes. I really thought they were. I don't know. What if I search Pharrell Williams shoes pink? Will it come up? Pink, yellow, blue. They came in like pink, yellow, blue, and green or something. Okay, I didn't mean more than one shoe, but I understand why you thought of it that way. Were they not Pharrell Williams? I thought it was a collaboration shoe with him. Oh, is that? That doesn't look right. I mean, you can't see what I'm looking at, but that's what I could have sworn. But they basically look like cloudy colorations, pastel colour shoes, and they were really pretty. I don't know, maybe they're not sold anymore. Maybe they didn't sell very well. So then Pharrell Williams was like, sorry, I'm out of it, Adidas, or whoever he partnered up with. Real shame. Or maybe it just wasn't Pharrell Williams. Who knows? Anyway, we didn't get those shoes, which is a real shame. Because we could have had matching sneakers or whatever, which would have been really cool. Sorry, my nose is getting blocked again. I had to blow my nose again. So yeah, long and short of it is I ended up... I bought a pair of shoes. Mainly because they were like super heavily discounted and they were okay. But not sort of shoes I would wear like forever because I kind of need to break them in because they're a little bit smaller than I'd like. But still they're fine. And I just ordered shoes online and hopefully they'll be fine. And if they're not, then, you know, you just kind of got to deal with it because that's, you know, really the only options you have. I'm going to be honest. Because like my nose is getting so blocked and my throat feels kind of sore as well, so I'm hoping maybe I'm down with a cold. I don't really know. I hope not. I'm going to round off this episode here. So yeah, I'm sorry, no Happy in Paradise customization. Maybe tomorrow there'll be one. Maybe there won't. I don't know. But for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Cross New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, description, shares are greatly appreciated. Join my Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope you see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.